Good morning. Welcome to the 13th. Have you seen the YouTube documentary called The Christ Cube by Son of Saturn? S-U-N of Saturn? Because Saturn is a name for the sun. In case you were wondering, it's not just the sun and the moon. They have names like all of the theological gods, planets, moons. Io. Well, that's Isis. It's another way of saying Isis, the goddess, the moon of Jupiter, Io, like 10-1-0. Gaia. Omega, Alpha and Omega. He's the Alpha and Omega in Revelations, Jesus, right? He's the letter A, which is, you turn it upside down in the Paleo-Hebrew, Canaanite, Phoenician, Aleph, where the Greek gets its Alpha. The letter A, the one, Uno. He's the Alpha and Omega. So this here was a part of the bottom of the 8515 beef box, ground G round beef of the Aleph, beast of the Bethel. B is from Canaanite Phoenician Bethel before the beta of Greek. Beta, radiation of Uranus, Saturnus, the shroud of Turin. And he's got the horns in that shroud. Look at True Theoristy's work with that. Horus of the hours on the horizon. This was on the bottom of that beef box. I was asked to get this in the dairy box by one of the mates. Mate is an anagram with meat. He asked me to go get this meat item. I do not eat meat. And look what number was on the bottom. As this is the Angus beef of the beast of the Aleph, the bull god of the Bible, the bull and the cow, Uranus and Gaia, Horus, Osiris and Isis and their child Horus, the god of the hours on the horizon, God's son. S-O-N and S-U-N are homophones for a re-son, the Son of God worshipped on Sun's Day. And Christ equals 77 in English gematria. This is on the bottom. This was on the bottom of that box. C is 3, H is 8, R is 18, I is 9, S is 19, T is 20, add them up 77. L even, multiple of L even, 11 7 times. L, the paravels, the parallel lines of the lights of life of the sun and the moon. This sign here is the same as the sign of the 11 of the twin pillars, P-I-L-L-A-R-S, of Ra, of L. Ra is L, is the same Jachin and Boaz as like in the Masonic temples. The seal of Solomon, the soul of man, which I put right next to the cube over here. 6 points on the cube, 6 points, the star of divide, David, seal of Solomon, the soul of man, with the triangle going up, the masculine going down, the feminine. Aries, Libra, Adam, Eve, odd even, dawn, evening. The soul of man, Solomon's temple, not built by the hands of man. Same as Yang and Yin, the sun and the moon. Sol, Oman, sun and moon. Masculine and feminine. The bull and the cow. Alpha, Omega. Why do you think he's androgynous with the long hair? Why do you think all of the sun deities are androgynous and they're anthropomorphic? They're anthropo, man, combined with Morpheus, God. Man or God in the form of man. I got cash register synchronicities, 15 from yesterday. Guess what? The jacket's gotta come off right now because the sun is toasting me. What's the temperature today? Right now it's probably still in the 30s. But jeepers creepers. Toasty. Let's go to Man and His Symbols by Carl Jung before I share with you the 15 synchronicities from yesterday, as we're rising to Aries in the ecliptic. The sun getting very close to the equinox now. The moon is waxing to full moon and the equinox on the same day, the 20th, coming up. So-called Pi Day tomorrow, even though it's really 114 because March is really the first month. So I turn to page 262 at random here. Mondrian's painting #1, an example of the modern approach to pure form, Mondrian's term, through the use of wholly abstract geometrical shapes. The art of Paul Klee is a visual exploration and expression of the spirit in and behind nature, the unconscious, or as he termed it, the secretly perceived. Sometimes his vision can be disturbing and demonic, as in his Death and Fire, right, or it can be a more poetic kind of fantasy, as in his Sinbad the Sailor, far right. Consciousness, or indeed behind dreams, for dreams are only rarely non-figurative. Thus they point to the one reality, the one life, which seems to be the common background of the two domains of physical and psychic appearances. Only a few artists realized the connection between their form of expression and physics and psychology. Kandinsky is one of the masters who expressed the deep emotion he felt at the early discoveries of modern physical research. Quote, "In my mind, the collapse of the atom was the collapse of the whole world. Suddenly, the stoutest walls fell. Everything turned unstable, insecure, and soft. I would not have been surprised if a stone had melted into thin air before my eyes. Science seemed to have been annihilated." Unquote. That's from Kandinsky. What resulted from this disillusion was the artist's withdrawal from the quote-unquote realm of nature, from the quote-unquote populist foreground of things. It seemed, Kandinsky added, as if I saw art steadily disengaging itself from nature. This separation from the world of things happened more or less at the same time to other artists too. Franz Marc wrote, "Have we not learned from 1,000 years of experience that things cease to speak the more we hold up to them the visual mirror of their appearance? Appearance is eternally flat." For Marc, the goal of art was quote-unquote to reveal unearthly life dwelling behind everything. To break the mirror of life so that we may look being in the face. Paul Klee wrote, "The artist does not ascribe to the natural form of appearance the same convincing significance as the realists who are his critics. He does not feel so intimately bound to that reality because he cannot see in the formal products of nature the essence of the creative process. He is more concerned with formative powers than with formal products." Unquote. Piet Mondrian accused Cubism of not having pursued abstraction to its logical end, quote-unquote the expression of pure reality. That can only be attained by the creation of pure form, unquote, unconditioned by subjective feelings and ideas. Behind changing natural forms there lies changeless, pure reality, unquote. A great number of artists were seeking to get past appearances into the quote-unquote reality of the background or the spirit in matter by a transmutation of things through fantasy, surrealism, dream pictures, the use of chants, etc. The quote-unquote abstract artists, however, turned their backs on things. Their paintings contained no identifiable concrete objects. They were, in Mondrian's words, simply pure form.
That was the New Orleans Collective, their self-titled album, New Orleans Collective. The four cuts we heard were
Gautama, which is the surname of Buddha, means from the highest ox, just as the Alpha Aleph of Canaanite, Phoenician, Paleo-Hebrew is the
and the group
ox, the bull of the Bible, the Alpha and Omega, Omega of Gaia and Uranus,
Christopher Thomas on the bass, and Brian Blade.
Isis and Osiris.
Time right now, just coming up on 10:59, almost 11 o'clock here in the greater Boston area, and you're tuned into the Jazz Spectrum.
Coming close to the equinox now of Aries, or Mars on the horizon line. Horus on the horizon. Aries, Horus, the offspring of spring.
Today until 1 p.m.
The child, the offspring of spring, the child of El. You have Aqua, Osiris, Aquarius. These are all the signs after Capricorn, after the sun's symbolic death of the ascendant half of the year. The sun has, on the ecliptic of the great circle of the year, has two basic movements: the ascendant arising to Aries and the summer summit of summer to the crest of Christ, of the wave, of the sine wave. The summer sine wave going to the Tropic of Cancer. And then the descendant from the summer solstice of Cancer, the Carab of Ra, Re, that goes from side to side, the solstice, back to down to the Tropic of Capricorn, through the equinox of Libra, of the libraries of 9 o'clock of the sacred feminine. The equinoxes are Aries and Libra, Mars and Venus, male, female, Adam, Eve, odd, even, dawn, evening, on, off. Aries is Horus, the offspring of spring, the divine child of El, Jesus, Jupiter, Zeus, Ammon, Joseph, Mary, Jesus, or Aquarius, Aqua, Osiris, Pisces, P, Isis, the father, the bull, the mother, the cow, and then the calf, the newborn risen savior of reason and rationality, Ra, Horus, arisen to the horizon line. Up and down every day, rise from 3 o'clock, set at 9 o'clock. The tree of the tree of life, of the tree of knowledge, of the brain tree. CRS from yesterday now. At 5:08 p.m., there were 15 of these yesterday on the 12th. 5:08, customer's invoice number ending in 71, 7 and 1/8. 17th hour of the day, 5 p.m., 1 and 7/8, and the 28th second, and an $18 total. 1828.08, 1828. 71 there at the end, 8, infinite. $15 items at 5:05. Zia NM 5:05. 5669 invoice number 3325 total, 3315, 3325 paid. 1525 5:05, 15 items total ending in 15 cents. 15 items in the purchase. What does that mean? That's the most common response. What does that mean? Or is that good luck? Should I play the lottery? It's because synchronicity is, and I ask people right away before I show them, do you know what synchronicity is? It's meaningful coincidence or acausal connections beyond cause and effect. 5:55 p.m. $115 total. What's 5 times 3? 15. The total is 115 exactly. Exactly. 40 items exactly. 15 of these I collected yesterday. That was just 3 of them there, so the rest of the 12 of them from yesterday I will do coming right up.